يا طالعين عيني للجبل يا مول لموقدين النار بين اليمن يمن عيني للهنا يا روح. ما بدي منك لكم خلعة ولا لا 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 بدي زنار بين اليمن يمن عيني للهنا يا روح. ما بدي منك لكم خلعة ولا لا 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 بدي ملبوس بين اليمن يمن عيني للهنا يا روح. إلا غزال الذي جواني لكم محبوس بين اليمن يمن عيني للهنا يا روح. إلا غزال الذي جواني لكم ميدوم بين اليمن يمن عيني للهنا يا روح. يا طالعين عيني للجبل يا مول لموقدين النار بين اليمن يمن عيني للهنا يا روح. يا طالعين عيني للجبل يا مول لموقدين النار بين اليمن يمن عيني للهنا يا روح.
In the depths of human suffering and despair lies a haunting question heavy in the air. How many innocent children must perish before we awaken from apathy and cherish? Their tiny voices silenced, their dreams shattered, yet we turn a blind eye, our hearts scattered. The cries of the young, the echoes of pain, yet our indifferences remains a stain. How many precious lives must be lost before we acknowledge the true cost? Their innocence stolen, their futures denied, yet we stand idle, our compassion dried. The faces of the innocent forever etched in our mind, their stories untold, their potential confined. How many more must we mourn and grieve before we decide to truly believe? For in the wake of tragedy, a lesson we must learn, that inaction and indifference we must spurn. Let each lost child be a beacon of light, guiding us towards what is just and right. So let us open our eyes, let us heed the call, for the time to act is now, before we fall. How many dead children does it take to wake up our humanity? Only through our collective action can we truly set them free.
I'm reading a poem today. I didn't write it though. It's written by Khalid Juma. I hope you enjoy. O rascal children of Gaza, you constantly disturb me with your screams under my window. You filled every morning with rush and chaos. You who broke my vase and you stole my lonely flowers on my balcony. Come back. Scream as you want. Break all the vases. Steal all the flowers. Come back. Just come back.
I think the thing that sticks in my head this evening more than anything is that this is such a contradictory evening. It's so beautiful and so ugly, and it's such a strange place for us to be here a year on, and so many of the faces here, you know, that we've been seeing each other week in, week out for a year.
Zionists, 1 year on and we're never leaving. Make your predictions but stop believing. Make your wishes self-deceiving, corrupt and colonize, lying, thieving, murder the innocent, screaming, grieving, bombs on babies, the world perceiving, shocking, numbing, disbelieving, Geneva Conventions, morals fleeting. Politicians bought, no intervening, shameless, cowardly, without feeling, no ceasefire, no relieving, but let me assure you, we're never leaving. In spirit and in body, the world stands united. Japan to Colombia, the same chants recited. Against your colonial apartheid states while you try to hide it, a Zionist, illegitimate stain, depraved, misguided, entitled, perverted, and ultimately short-sighted. Because what happens next, you won't be delighted. You're nothing new, and you should be reminded. You're nothing new, the mustache man tried it. You're nothing new, xenophobic, blinded, fascist, racist, however you describe it. Your end is near, you could almost time it. Your end is near, your grip is unwinded. The funeral's booked and you're invited, and I know you like lists, so your name's highlighted. We're serving hummus and falafel, drinks provided. For as long as I breathe, the goal is still gleaming. And it's not just me, we're all here screaming, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Despite your scheming, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free! Don't twist the meaning. 1 year on and we're still teeming. We see through the suits and backdoor dealings, the crocodile tears we've stopped believing, the fake sincerity insulting, demeaning, your victim card while Al Jazeera's streaming, the bombs on schools while your meeting's convening. But don't worry, because we'll keep repeating the same old line that keeps you seething. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Despite the beatings, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! You're never defeating. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! We're never conceding. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! And we're never leaving. Thank you. Thank you, Bella.
I want to invite Bella, a very dear friend of mine. Bella was one of the founding members of the movement here in the South Coast, and I will give the mic to her for her to introduce herself.
Hi everyone. I'm just going to read a revised version of a Jewish prayer written by a rabbi called Brant Rosen, who's part of Tzedek UK and Ireland, which is an anti-Zionist Jewish faith organisation. O God, filled with compassion, whose loving presence ever surrounds us, brings perfect rest to those who have been killed without pity in Gaza, in refugee camps, in apartments, in homes that provided no sanctuary, as they worked, as they slept, as they sat down to share meals together, as they fled from the overpowering might of rockets and bombs from above. Remind us that no one is forgotten in your sight, and that all are welcome by your side, that each and every one of their lives is a story of sacred worth and meaning that can never be lost. As we rededicate ourselves to their lives, turn our grief and anger into resolve, fill us with strength and will and purpose. Inspire us to stand as one in solidarity, that together we may end this injustice once and for all. Source of all compassion, extend your shelter across the land, that the refugees may return home soon in our day, that all who live between the river and the sea may enjoy the blessings of equity, of justice, and of peace. V'nomar, and let us say, Amen.
Thank you, Bella.
And I like this one, to end on this one, because it's a bit more of a positive and optimistic poem. Despite the oppression, the bombing, and crossing all the red lines, despite the hypocrisy of world leaders as they wine and dine, debating over the corpses in Palestine, despite them seeing all the destruction and all the signs of tyranny and evil, do they not mind? A return to fascism like that of 1939, shine truth on them all, Palestine. Expose all their lies and hypocrisy online and offline, shout loudly in the streets and let the articles headline. We support the oppressed and we'll be the lifeline for a resistance so true in a land divine. Let the heavens hear your calling and mine, professing, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! No good heart can deny the blunt reality. It's good versus evil, a clear disparity. Yet they always seem to speak of duality, twisting the truth or ignoring it in totality. It's not a conflict, it's a genocide. It's not a conflict, it's apartheid. It's not a conflict when it's one-sided. It's not a conflict, and stop trying to hide it. From the River Jordan to the Mediterranean Sea, touching the deserts of Sinai up to the Galilee, one land united down to every rock and tree. Palestine's future will most certainly be free. And whether it was South Africa or Germany, one thing is granted: evil never lasts, and what has been uprooted can be replanted. Thank you.
Best one is the Thank you.
Free, free!